There are certain problems in our life that we are unable to find answers for. Life's biggest challenges have no straightforward answer. Hello, this is Bhavish from Mind Healing with Bhavish. I'm a transformational coach and a therapist, and today we are going to discuss just that. Problems or questions in our lives can be categorized into two areas. One would be straightforward answers, straightforward solutions. You can use your mind, you can use your brain to be able to find those answers. If not, you can search them up. Use Google, read books, use ChatGPT, ask somebody, and the question, and then there is an answer. It is a very straightforward process, simple, but there are certain other aspects of life that we are trying to resolve, and those answers are not out there. Even if they are there, they're in a very abstract form. We cannot get hold of what the answer is saying. How do we apply them? There are some life's difficult questions that we need to find answers for. So what we do is we try to find out those answers. We try to force them out by thinking too much. And what does that lead to? That leads to overthinking. That leads to a lot of stress. That leads to a lot of anxiety in our body. And ultimately our body gets exhausted trying to find those answers. It is like, let's say if you have, let's say if I want to find how do I forgive somebody. Now, in my library, there is a book on forgiveness. I can go up to that library and I can pick up that book. I can find what are the 3 steps I need to do to be able to forgive somebody using those methodologies. Now, let's say I tried doing that, but I'm still unable to forgive them. I understand everything that is going on, but there is certain things even within me that I'm unable to resolve by myself. The book doesn't speak of that. Regardless of what I think about them, I still feel what they did to me was wrong, and I need to be able to somehow find a solution of what I should be doing. Now, there is no straightforward answer written in a book like these are the few steps that you do, or let's say these are the reasons, maybe top 5 approaches or anything like that. Those solutions might not be very apt for me. They might not be applicable. These are not probably practical solutions or actual solutions that I want to be able to find resolution to my problem. So what I'm going to do is, logically, what I need to do is I need to switch my view or my let's say approach. Rather than going my approach towards thinking, rather than going to this library, I consider going to a much bigger library where I would have, I don't know, thousands of books on forgiveness. And I would be quite assured that I will be able to find an answer there because it has a larger pool of information out there. It's like if I say I have a box in which I try to look for, let's say, I don't know, there is a box and I'm trying to find my keys which are not there in the box. And no matter how much I try to do, how much I try to search for it, it's just a box. It does not have the keys. I cannot find it unless I go to the door and I find that it's out there. Similarly, some of the issues that we face, we cannot have because our mind is just a repository. It's a database of our memories, and there is only limited amount of analysis that our mind can do. एक लिमिट से ज़्यादा हम लोग सोच नहीं सकते. एक लिमिट से हमारे पास जितना ये स्कोप है, जितनी हमारे पास इंफॉर्मेशन है, उसके बियॉन्ड हम जा नहीं सकते. इफ आई वर टू आस्क यू, लेट्स से, थिंक अबाउट अ कलर दैट यू हैव नेवर सीन एवर. Any category of color, any hues of a particular color, I'm saying disregard that. Think of a new color altogether. Can you do that? I'm very sure, and you would know that by doing it now, that you will not be able to think of any color which does not have a reference point. If I ask you to either it will be yellow or it would be a blue or a shade of pink or something like that, but a new kind of a color you cannot think because your mind cannot go beyond what is available to it from the references that they have, the memories, the experiences, whatever it has seen or experienced so far. It only has that much scope. It cannot go beyond it. Now, let's say if I'm looking for an answer which is beyond my own experiences or my own knowledge, what do? Like I said, I move to a larger library. Another way to understand this is, let's say I'm getting bored and I want to listen to an uplifting music. So I pick up my mobile and I want to play that music. But I know that in the past, I've downloaded 20-25 songs which were maybe those were ghazals, they were poems, maybe some romantic songs, but none of them is an uplifting song. So what do I do then? No matter how much I try to scroll through, play them, it is not going to be an uplifting song. So what I need to do is I need to go onto Spotify, use the internet to be able to access a large pool of information, a large set of songs from which I can pick the one that suits me the most, and I will quench my thirst, I will find that solution, that song. Yet another way to look for is, let's say you are a fisherman. Now you own a small pond in which there are 15-20 fishes. Now you want something beyond that, because these fishes your client does not want. It wants, let's say, a crab, it wants a bigger fish, or maybe oyster, which sells for a decent amount. So what you will do is you turn to a larger deep sea or an ocean. And what you do then is you throw the string with a bait on it into that sea, into that deep sea, and you wait. While you do that, you have to cut down on the noise. You have to interfering into the process. What if, let's say, if I throw that string into the sea or the ocean, and I continue to get agitated, यार इतनी देर हो गई, हमने डाला हुआ है, अभी तक कुछ आया नहीं, क्या ही आएगा, यहीं पे क्या होगा? We cannot know for sure. It's a vast ocean. It's a very deep sea. Something that I cannot think of, that I have never held in my hand, I do not possess, might come up. If I wait, something eventually will turn up. Some sort of a new creature could come up, and I just have to be able to wait for that thing to happen. And once it happens, it will take its time till I pull it and I have it in my hands. So I have to wait patiently. This is what happens when we are looking for an answer, and we turn, if we are unable to find answers in our own thinking, in our own experiences, in our own memories, we turn to a deeper sea. We turn to a larger ocean. And that larger ocean, that infinite ocean, is your inner wisdom. That is a vast pool of infinite possibilities. A quantum world where everything is possible, where all the solutions, everything that you can think of and everything that you cannot even think of, is out there. If you wait patiently, you will get an answer. But can you stand here and say, I cannot see it in the whole ocean, I cannot find it, or I have to be in a hurry, I want a solution quite quick and fast? Or can you say that the answer might not be there? I'm saying everything that you're looking for is in that ocean, and that whole ocean, that vastness of that ocean, is right inside you. All you have to do is to go inside. Now, the question that you might be having is, all of this theory is fine. What do we do practically, let's say, to find resolution to our problems, to our issues? First, what you need to do is, in terms of steps, if I were to say, the first step would be to choose the question that you have in mind, or the query, how to resolve an issue is something that you have. You think about the issue or the problem or the question or the query or whatever that is. You think about it, and then you dial into that frequency. Like a radio station, you have to dial in, right? You become on the receiving end because you're the radio. You're not the broadcasting station. So which means you have to stop speaking. If you have to listen to the music on the radio, you have to stop singing, which means you have to stop your mental chatter. And you wait. You wait. Now, nobody can assure you that how much time will it take. It's a deep sea. But if you wait patiently, and it doesn't take much time, usually, once you wait, you will have an answer. What comes to you will be a surprise, will be a gift, something that you have never thought about, something that is probably unusual for you, something from that wisdom when it comes, it will be beyond your thinking, something that you have never felt or thought before, something that is beyond your scope. And the last step is you trust what you get. Once you do that, you have a solution to your problem, which is not by your thinking. It is a solution that your inner wisdom has provided you. It is the universal intelligence within you. You have to trust it. You cannot question it. I hope you find resolution to your issues, the solution to your problems, answers to your queries by doing this. And if you do it patiently, I guarantee you will have whatever you're looking for from that inner wisdom. This is Bhavish from Mind Healing with Bhavish. Thank you so much for joining in. Until the next video, stay blessed, stay healthy, and catch hold of that wisdom if you can. Take care. Bye-bye.